Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So we're gonna go ahead and kick things off by doing some natural nail prep. So I'm taking this cuticle remover here from Blue Cross and I'm going to place it on each of the fingers. I'm gonna be giving that about 30-ish seconds, but in the meantime, I will be grabbing my two cuticle tools that came in this set here. Grabbing my first tool, I am going to begin pushing back my cuticles, and I know it may look like I'm being rough on camera, but I swear I'm being gentle. And when you are doing this at home, you want to make sure you're using the lightest pressure you can possibly do and being so gentle because, first of all, the cuticle area is sensitive as it is, but if you are too rough, you will cause bruising, swelling, and we don't want any damage done to the cuticle area, so just be gentle. Next, I'm grabbing my cuticle nippers and then I'm going to remove all that white gunky stuff off of the nail plate. It's still a little sticky, so it didn't fully come up with my cuticle pusher, and that's fine, so we're just going to remove it. Now, once you're all done, you can totally go to the bathroom and wash your hands with some soap and water, but I'm just going to be taking a lint-free wipe and some alcohol to clean off the nail. So I am going to grab this alcohol prep pad because I will be using the Jello Peel Off Base Coat. So I've had this product for about a year now. When I first purchased it, I did a first impressions, and if you've seen that video, you know I didn't love it at first. So I didn't want to give up on it. I have been using it a ton off camera so I can figure out how to get it to work best for me. And now I love it because I was able to play around with it. But basically, long story short, what I have found is that you have to apply this on bare clean nails that you clean off with alcohol. Also, I like to only apply this in pretty much the center of my nail. I never go all the way to the edges. I just feel like it makes the removal process so much easier. So if you have tried this product and you're struggling with it a little bit, try these steps and see if it helps. Once I'm all done, I am going to cure this in a big lamp for 60 seconds, and then we're going to move on to applying the extensions. Next up, I'm going to grab my glue and place it on the bottom half of my extensions, and no surprise here, I will be using stiletto. This design will look good either on almond, stiletto, or coffin, and if I had to choose, you guys already know what I'm going for, so here we are with the medium stiletto. But I'm just applying these like a normal, placing the extension down in a 45-degree angle and then flash curing once the glue reaches the tip of my natural nails. But when I get to my middle finger and my thumb, I am going to switch things up just a little bit. So because I have wide and curved nail beds, but only on my middle finger and my thumb, I apply the glue on the bottom half of the extension, and then right before I place it on top of my natural nail, I like to roll it a little bit to give the extension a little bit more of a curve so it fits those wider, curvier nail beds more comfortably. So once I'm done with my final finger, I am going to flash cure it in place, but then afterwards I will place my hand in a much bigger lamp to cure it for 60 seconds. So these extensions are on, but I definitely need to seal the cuticle because as you saw in the application, I did leave a little bit of space between where the extension stops and my cuticle area. I am just going to go around the bottom half of the extension ever so gently with my e-file. So basically, if you have never done this before, you want to make sure that the extension sits flush and leveled to your natural nail. If they don't, they're going to lift, they're going to pop off. You can even get things trapped underneath the extension, like water, which can cause greenies, which you have to then wait until they grow out before you can wear extensions or nail enhancements or anything again. So make sure these cuticles are sealed and not just sitting raised. But if you don't have an e-file, that's fine. You can also seal the cuticles with acetone and that will work as well. I'm gonna go ahead and file just a little bit on the sides to make sure that it looks natural. I don't want these extensions looking super wide. And also, anytime you have gel extensions or soft gel full cover tips, They usually have this little piece at the top and it's not really that noticeable, but it's there and you really have to just file it away really quickly and then they'll look good to go. Moving right along to the nail art, we're going to be doing these Baccarat Glass Inspired Nails. I saw this for the first time on the Divock Instagram page. And if you have no clue what Divock is, it is a Korean nail brand. And they did a full-blown tutorial, so we will be following it step by step. So to get started, I will be applying this base coat here from Madam Glam because I will be working with a polish that I have never used before, but I have used the brand. So I just wanted to be safe and make sure that nothing peels off. Next, I'm going to grab this cat eye polish from SV Nails. And what I really like about this one is it has this brown nudie color base to it. So it's not just the silver particles on its own. Y'all know I absolutely love base colors that have that brown-ish undertone. So this one is right up my alley. But basically what I'm doing is applying a very thin layer of this over each of the nails. But once I'm done, I am not going to cure it just yet. Next, I'm going to grab my magnet here and we'll be using this to push the glitter particles around to where I want them. I decided I wanted most of my glitter particles to be towards the center of the nails. To do that, I will be placing the magnet on the left-hand side of the nail first, then the right-hand side, and then lastly, the tip of the nail. I'm done moving all the glitter particles around, so now I'm going to go ahead and place my hand in my big lamp and cure. Since I will be working with chrome in just a little bit, I'm going to stop right here and apply a thin layer of glossy top coat. This one here is from Model 1s, and then once I'm done applying it, I'm only going to cure in my lamp for 30 seconds. So once that's all cured, I'm going to go in with my chrome. This one here is a white base, but it reflects back blue, purple, and a little bit of pink. So it's very unique and interesting. So it's perfect for that look we're going for here. So I'm just going to apply this with my silicone tool right on top of that cat eye polish. So if you don't want to use a silicone tool, you can actually use your gloves. Do not use your bare hands, but I like to use my gloves sometimes to buff in the powder to make sure everything is looking all good. And it does help a little bit because sometimes the silicone tool will just kind of leave the pigment sitting at the top, and I want to blend it in, make sure it's buffed in nice and perfectly. Okay, so here is what everything is looking like right now. And if you wanted to stop at any point in this nail design, this would be the point because look at how beautiful that cat eye polish plus chrome combo is. So right now I'm in what I call artificial lighting and it looks good here, but it looks even better when you step outside in the sunlight. This is a great combo to wear alone. But anyway, you know, we're not stopping here, so let's keep on going. So next I am going to be taking a matte top coat. This one is also from Model 1s and applying that on top of the nail. This is also not only going to give a matte finish, but it's going to seal that chrome in so it does not move and budge anywhere. Here is what the nails look like with the matte top coat applied. You can definitely see that chrome and glitter combo peeking through for us, but now we're gonna move on to the last step. Next, I'm gonna grab this rhinestone glue from Baccarat and a thin liner brush, and I will be drawing very thin lines on the nail. And I'm gonna start off with the first line that's gonna sit kind of in the center of the nail, but not really. So, moment of transparency here. I filmed this video twice, and what you guys are seeing is the second time around. The first time I sat down to do these nails, I did them on a coffin shape, and I just messed everything up. It was not intentionally done that way, but that's just what happened. And I'm gonna share with you what I'm doing differently to not mess these nails up. So if you wanna try it at home, you can learn from my mistakes. So first thing I did wrong was I used way too much product and I made the lines way too thick. They must be thin lines. The other thing I did was I should have flash cured in between each line, which is what you are seeing me do here. You can do it maybe between every 2-3 lines max, depending on how long it takes you to draw them evenly, but flash cure it so that it's frozen in place because the gel product is still going to start to migrate and you don't want the lines blending into each other. The other thing is make sure you're using a nice thin bristled liner brush. This will keep your lines nice and thin because if they are too wide, it's gonna look a little weird. Also, when you're choosing what glue to use, make sure that it has a nice thickness to it and it's not too runny. And also make sure you're using a product that is no wipe. But that's it for my lessons learned. Basically, what I am doing here is dipping my liner brush in the rhinestone glue and then making really thin lines. The lines do not have to be perfectly spaced apart. To me, they look a little bit better when they aren't that symmetrical, but that's just my personal opinion. You do, however, want to make sure that they are close enough together that you can see a tad bit of that matte top coat peeking through, but you don't want it so far spaced apart where the matte top coat then becomes the focus, because if the lines are too far spaced, you're going to lose that glass-like effect. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the lines on all my fingers. Even though we did flash cure these lines, we do still need to do a full cure. So I'm going to pop my hand in my big lamp really quickly. And here is what the nails are looking like outside in natural lighting, because honestly, nothing hits like natural lighting, and these nails prove just that because they are glistening. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this look in the comments down below. If you have any questions, all the products I used will be in the description box, but if it's not answered there, go ahead and leave me a comment. But in the meantime, I will see you in one of these videos here.